I studied petite weight loss for 7 years across 3,000 short women, and these are the 6 things that they all did differently to lose the weight. If you are 5'4" and shorter and you've done all the things, you've tried every diet, you've been doing cardio, you've been working really hard but not seeing any fat loss whatsoever, you are not imagining it. It's just that the traditional diet and exercise approach does not work well for our body types. As a certified personal trainer, a certified nutritionist, and a former pro athlete, I have spent most of my life focusing on how to be in the best shape possible as a short woman, but also I've gone through a weight loss journey myself and found that it has been a lot harder to achieve my ideal physique as a petite. So if you're new here, welcome. My name is April Whitney, and I help short women learn about their petite bodies so that they can achieve their ultimate petite bodies that they dream of. And I should say, it's not just about how you look, it is 100% about how you feel and feeling capable and powerful in your petite body. There is really no one else on the internet dedicating their career to helping investigate what's different about petite bodies and metabolism. So if you're short and this helps you in any way, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and join our community of petite women. Okay, let's jump into the 6 things that all of my petite clients and all of the petite women I have worked with over the last decade have done differently to succeed at their weight loss goals. Number 1, they ate more protein, not less. Back when I was starting off my health journey, and many of you know I was training for the Olympics, I was not at my ideal body weight. I still felt like I was holding on to lots of excess fat and bloating and inflammation in my stomach, and I was trying everything at the time to lose it, and honestly just continuing to spin my wheels and not see any progress. And one of the biggest things that held me back was I thought I needed to eat way less calories because I assumed if I'm short, I should eat a lot less. One of the biggest things that I didn't understand was that in order to actually do a proper body recomposition or even a cut if you are doing one, you actually have to have more protein to succeed at a lower calorie threshold. As petite, protein is actually the one macronutrient you're going to need more of, not less of, if you do want to build lean muscle and cut body fat. One of the reasons why this is because protein has the highest thermic effect of food, and your body actually burns 20 to 30% of calories just from burning up and making use of your food when you eat it, so just by digesting it. That means that protein is literally forcing your metabolism to work harder and burn more calories just by consuming more of that type of food. Many studies have also proven that if you're not eating sufficient protein when you're going through a body recomp or specifically a deficit, you're going to lose lean muscle mass, which you need in order to burn more fat at rest. Many of you also have heard me say that because petite women have a naturally lower or slower metabolism, meaning we burn fewer calories at rest, anytime we lose muscle, it's going to put us at an even more disadvantaged state because muscle is the one thing that increases your ability to burn calories at rest. So if you're not eating enough protein and then you start training really hard or doing tons of cardio, you're putting your metabolism at risk by losing muscle mass. You will not be able to burn as many calories at rest, and then you will not be able to burn fat even when you're not at the gym. And the thing is, we're not at the gym that much, right? If you maybe go 30 minutes a few times a week, that is such a small fraction of your entire week. And so we really need to learn how to rewire our brains and think about how our body is performing when we're not at the gym, not just when we are at the gym. How your metabolism functions, behaves, and works when you're not working out is going to determine your body composition ultimately. The petite women I've worked with who saw the best results, the most sustainable results without restricting, without doing tons of cardio, they consistently ate upwards of 90 grams of protein per day. I like to say 100 because I think it's an easy place to start. It's an easy number to remember. 100 grams of protein per day consistently. If you're petite watching this and you're thinking, well, I heard you say, April, you need to eat a gram of protein per pound of body weight. If you want to simplify it, just stick to 100 grams. And if you're over 135 pounds as a petite, you can cap your protein intake at 135 grams to make room for other calories to be allocated to your carbohydrates and your fats. If you need help hitting your protein you can check out my free course for petites below. It'll give you a little bit more information specifically about how to do that and why it's so important for you as a petite. But this is the number one thing you can change today, is just starting to learn how much protein you're actually eating and getting that number up to increase your metabolism naturally. The second thing that my petite clients did that changed the game for them was they switched from a burn calories mentality to a build mentality. So switching from burn to build means that you're not just focused on how many calories you're burning in that Peloton class, but how can you build your metabolism when you're not working out, like I said earlier. So specifically, they did this by starting to shift their focus over to building muscle and strength training and lifting heavier versus just focusing on cardio alone. Now, if you love cardio, don't stop doing it, but think about if you're getting enough lifting sessions in to actually build muscle and change your body composition, because you can't change your body composition without building muscle mass. That's how we get the process started. The reason why this is switching from burn to build is because when you're doing cardio, you're only burning calories while you're working out. Whereas when you lift weights and you build muscle, you start burning calories around the clock, okay? So we wanna focus on building muscle, building metabolism, so that you can burn calories any time of day without having to rely on just really, really high intensity cardio sessions to do all the work for you. The reality is, if you are going for that route, you're gonna end up inflamed, bloated, burnt out, and not changing your body composition anyways, so you might as well follow something that actually works. The reason why this works, and I know my girls love to hear the science, is because muscle burns 3 to 5 more calories at rest than body fat. So just by having more muscle, you're going to be burning more calories. Another cool thing about lifting is that it can create something called EPOC, exercise post-oxygen consumption, which leaves your metabolism elevated for up to 48 hours after a lifting session. This is especially true if you're doing compound exercises like I recommend petites do. You're doing full body workouts, in particular with weights, to get the most bang for your buck. Another thing I think that contributes to the success of these petites is that when you stop doing so much cardio, your hunger hormones are going to readjust, because when you're overdoing cardio, your hunger hormone ghrelin is going to be off the charts, causing you to be hungry all the time. And it's really hard to stay within a calorie balance if you're literally starving and just thinking about food all the time. I would say as a petite, lift 3 to 4 times per week. Start with 3. That's all I'm doing right now. Obviously, over the last 15 years, my training has changed, but in my maintenance mode now, it's 3 times a week. That's all you need to start. And if you can only get 1 in a week, that's better than nothing. Short, efficient strength training focus sessions is what works for petites. The third thing that these petite women did to see results when nothing was changing for years prior is they started to rewire their brain to focus on a body composition, not the number on the scale. Now, a lot of times I talk about my weight loss because I did lose 15 pounds, but I'll also show you parts of the journey here where I literally weighed the same, but it's just changes in my body composition. So I've obviously had many years that I've been working on my body. You can see incredible changes in your body without the number on the scale changing, especially if you're a petite watching this who is already at a healthy body weight. The number on the scale is not going to be the major determination of your result. It's going to be progress photos, how you feel in your clothing, your measurements. Those are the things you're going to want to look at, because when you lose the body fat and you build muscle, you're not netting any difference in weight. You're really just changing how the distribution of muscle and fat is on your body, and that can create a completely different aesthetic and physique without the number on the scale changing at all. Now, because of our smaller frames, changes in body composition show up faster. That's one of the wins, I guess, of being petite, is that we have smaller frames, so any changes you make positively towards your goals are gonna show faster, and you'll start to see some of that definition and tone come through underneath the body fat. This is also why our clients will see such incredibly profound results, only losing 3 to 5 or 8 pounds or barely anything in their transformation photos, because it's not just about the number on the scale, right? It's how are they losing fat and building muscle. You don't need to lose a lot to have a really big transformation as a petite woman if you're already in your body weight range. This fourth one is something I notice takes the most time, but it has the biggest effect on your metabolism, and that is that these women eventually learned how to replace the habit of yo-yo dieting with a more consistent approach to fueling and eating. Every single time you yo-yo diet, so if you've ever started to eat healthy on a Monday and you restrict all day, and then you find that you're so hungry at night and you end up just binging later on. That's an example of yo-yo dieting. Every time you yo-yo diet, your metabolism takes a hit, and this is a phenomenon known as adaptive thermogenesis. So if you start restricting and your metabolism slows down, now it's gonna make it harder to lose weight in the long run because you've effectively shrunk your capacity to eat enough calories to stay full and happy. So if you try to decrease further, it's not gonna have the same effect. What we need to do is prioritize metabolism by eating enough of the right foods so that you don't end up slowly lowering your metabolism over time to the point where you literally just look at a donut and you gain weight, or at least that's how it feels, right? This is the same reason why I'm able to literally eat dessert all the time. I eat dessert all the time, and I'm not saying that to brag or flex. I'm saying that because if I can do that, I know that you can too, and I've seen 3,000 petite women learn this process so that they can increase their metabolisms and have that food freedom that, hey, I have the metabolic flexibility to have that dessert, to have those treats when I want them, and I won't gain a single pound because I have not lowered my metabolism to the floor to the point where I have to eat just as few calories as possible, even to just maintain a skinny fat body composition or the body composition that I don't even like, right? I have been there, and it's just like a very shitty place to be. Yo-yo dieting also disrupts the hunger hormone leptin, which is your fullness hormone, and when this gets disrupted, you're going to have cravings all the time, which makes it even harder to stick to the plan that you were trying to stick to. So the petite women that succeeded, they stopped the binge restrict cycle and they committed to a more consistent fueling where you have to eat more protein, especially in the morning, front loading your calories as a petite, eating consistent meals throughout the day instead of grazing. Having full, robust meals is going to keep you from falling into this binge restrict cycle that will slowly lower your metabolism over time. So think about being more consistent with your meals, a more consistent number of calories day by day, instead of restricting and then overdoing it on the weekends, restricting and then overdoing it after an event that you tried to get skinny for. Having just consistency in your nutrition is going to make it so that you have a lean body year round and not just when you restrict for that one event. Number 5, all of these petite women started eating PFF, which stands for protein, fat, and fiber, or petite friendly foods is what I like to call it. Petite women don't need low calorie snacks or diet foods. You need a better nutrition strategy. PFF eating is amazing because it's based on a whole foods diet, and it's actually not a diet at all. There's nothing off limits. You're not cutting anything out. You're actually learning how to food combine to eat more of the right things so that you don't get hungry, but you can still stay within an appropriate calorie range and lose body fat without ever starving and feeling like you're dieting. When you eat enough protein and fat, it's going to slow your gastric emptying, which is gonna make you feel fuller for longer. This is also what GLP-1s do. They slow gastric emptying. If you wanna naturally have a GLP-1 without taking the shot and spending tons of money, eat more protein and eat healthy fats in the right quantity for you as petite, and you will notice that you are fuller for longer and are having less cravings. Fiber stabilizes your blood sugar, and I just saw a study recently that fiber intake is up like 15% across the nation, so I think people are starting to pay more attention to it. But you don't want to opt for the fiber supplements or additives. You want to go for real whole foods that have fiber. This is fruits, vegetables, certain fats like avocado, seeds. Those are the types of things you want to prioritize to make sure that you stay full and you don't get cravings and your energy levels stay very consistent all day. You can also aim for about 30 grams a day max as a petite. 20 to 30 grams of fiber is going to be enough to keep your blood sugar level stable. When you stabilize your blood sugar levels, you also stabilize your insulin. This is a fat storing hormone that is tied to your blood sugar in your system. So when your blood sugar stabilizes, insulin stabilizes, you will have easier appetite control and therefore easier fat loss. This is also going to help you avoid oh my God, casually dying. This has helped my smaller frame clients lose weight because you'll avoid the late night binge eating and snacking. You'll have fewer cravings. You'll stay full on larger amounts of food, but in reality, when you're eating whole foods that are food combined and complete, it can often be fewer calories than if you say went out and had a McDonald's meal. So while you feel like you're eating way more, you're probably calorically actually eating a little bit less, more in your window that is appropriate for your goals. And these women tend to lose weight without even feeling hungry or deprived. And we actually have a lot of women who are working with us off in a reverse diet that is not the same as a bulk or a build people have that confused. A reverse diet is when you strategically increase your calories and are able to lose body fat during that time because of what I'm sharing right now about stabilizing your blood sugar levels, eating PFF and food combining, getting the right amount of nutrients, eating and fueling more consistently. These things are going to help you actually lose weight as petite, even if you actually are eating more calories. It all depends where you're starting as petite, but you can actually eat more calories, do a reverse diet, and have a complete body transformation. And we see this happen all the time. This is literally like our secret sauce and what we do really well with my team of dietitians and personal trainers. Probably 50% of our clients enter a reverse when they first start working with us in those first 4 months and see 15 pounds of weight loss and are like, how is it that nobody knows that when you just control your nutrition and you unlearn all the crap, you can actually get an amazing result without starving yourself? That's why I will literally not rest without every petite woman knowing these things, because they feel like secrets when really they should not be. These are really well-researched, studied, documented facts about your body and nutrition. I think that as petites, there's just no one talking about the fact that it has to be different for petites. We can't just think we're smaller and then fall for all this chronic restriction and cardio. We have to do things differently, and it's still evidence-backed and research-backed, but just no one talks about it. So I will not rest until every petite woman understands this about their body. Last but not least, these petite women, number 6, they all followed a petite-specific plan, not a generic one. What do I mean by this? So most programs and advice and things influencers are saying on the internet are designed for the woman of average height, 5'5" to 5'7", let's say. So calories, workouts, portions are literally scaled to larger bodied frames. This means that petites following generic meal plans and advice they find on the internet, random apps on the app store, are going to probably accidentally end up overeating without realizing it. They're going to be doing too much training, too much cardio. They could be doing overtraining or too much volume. You'll be in a plateau and hit plateaus. That's because the math doesn't really math for you, so it's not going to get you that result. End up rebounding if you do see some results, literally just seeing the results and then gaining it all back. Or lastly, and this is what happened to me every time I tried these different programs 15 years ago, is that I would just end up with that skinny fat body composition no matter what I tried, where I had more body fat and less muscle mass, and so I could never look toned no matter what body weight I was at. These petite women who succeeded scaled their workouts, nutrition, macros, portions, etc. to their petite frame. That also means not only just changing their recovery and their calories, but also their expectations about how long it takes to realistically see a result. Because for petites, because we are smaller, it will take twice as long usually to see the result you're looking for. Not to mention the internet has completely destroyed what our expectations should be realistically to get a healthy result. So we also have to adjust our expectations that, hey, this may take longer than we like, but the result is worth it. The result is worth spending a year doing this so that you can actually feel healthy in your body and live a long, energized, happy life. The bottom line here is that when your plan matches your physiology, that's when you're going to start to see results. That's when your body's going to start responding to what you're giving it instead of staying stuck in the same old routine and nothing ever changes despite working out a ton and eating clean. If you happen to be watching this right before Black Friday, we have something very special for you this year. For the first time ever, Petite Power is running an insane Black Friday deal with special access to coaching, custom macros, workouts, all designed for the petite body type in a membership, all packaged together in an exclusive Petite Party Bundle Black Friday offer. It has a ton of goodies. If you guys know, I go crazy every Black Friday. We give you guys the most insane bundle of goodies, and it's different every year, and it's always priced so insane. I always wonder if I should actually be doing this, but it is the only time of the year I do it. So if you are looking to actually follow a plan that works for your body, or if you're looking to gift this or do it with another petite friend, this is the time to jump in and get ready for transforming your body and starting off 2026 on the right note. You don't have to wait till 2026. You can get everything you need to jump in and get amazing results for your petite frame and actual research and advice that's tailored to your unique physiology. This is literally the only time of year that we're gonna do it at an extremely low price compared to what we normally offer. So if you're at all interested, as of Black Friday, this event will go live at petitepower.com/BF, and you don't want to miss it out. So bookmark that page, put it in your calendar, and get ready for the most insane petite bundle of goodies. I am just so excited to share with you what they will be, and there will be more information on this coming soon when you visit that link, petitepower.com/BF. This is the absolute best time of year to start your petite transformation with actual expert support, not a generic program that's not made for you. So I'm excited for you guys to get your hands on that. I'm curious to hear if any of the 6 resonated with you. What are you struggling with now? What do you feel like you're gonna change having watched this video? Let's take some action and start a chat below, and I will reply to every message. If you are stuck with something, I wanna help you get to that next stage so you don't have to stay stuck in a plateau for the rest of your life. If this video helped you at all, support me and support petite women by giving a like and subscribe for more content tailored to the petite community, and I will see you next time.